What's going on, guys? In today's video, I'm going to give you 3 lateral raise variations you should be doing in your training. Now, there's nothing wrong with the standard up and down lateral raise with dumbbells. However, it does have a lot of limitations to it. So I'm going to give you 3 different kind of variations you can do to overcome the lack of strength curve in a traditional lateral raise, which I'll really kind of explain towards the end of the video, so make sure you hang around for that. But for these 3 movements, you're going to need, for 2 of them, you're going to need dumbbells, and in 1 of them, you're going to need a band or a cable. So if you're at a gym, obviously, use a cable. If you're at home or like a garage gym, whatever it may be, you can use a band if you don't have access to it. Now, I know the setup here in the background is not great. The drywall is not going to be done. I'm a single guy. I got a pin over it. I'm not too worried about it, so kind of bear with me on the setup here. But let's take you through the 3 movements right now and how to really execute it. The first one you're going to do is what's called a cheat lateral raise, and the reason I love this is it's going to take advantage of the strength on the way down, which is what's called the eccentric or the lengthening phase. So what you do, you would grab a heavier pair of dumbbells than you're used to doing. So let's say you do 15, 20s, 10s, whatever it might be. Go about 5 to 7.5 pounds heavier than your traditional lateral raise, and what you're going to do is you're going to hinge at the hips, and you're going to actually use the hips to help you on the way up, but the key here is you're going to slow it on the way down. So I'll show you a few reps that we're going to talk through it. So you're going to hinge, come up, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and really try to control it the best you can on the way down. The reason I love this is because we're stronger eccentrically, so on that lowering phase and the lengthening phase, opposed to the shortening or the concentric phase. So if we can help up on the part where we're weakest, which is the concentric phase, we can take advantage of that by really slowing it down and controlling it where we're stronger. And you can get some great benefits in terms of actually controlling that eccentric phase as well. So I would highly recommend doing that in your training, mix in some sets, maybe it's your last set or whatever it may be, as you can get some good benefits from the traditional just up and down lateral raise where you have to use a little bit lighter weight. So you go heavier here, take advantage of that. The second one is going to be a seated lateral raise, which is going to be a 1.5. Again, it's a bar setup here, so bear with me in terms of setup. This is where you want to grab a lighter pair of dumbbells. So I'm not going to demo 25s, we'll demo pretend that weights, and I'll show you exactly how it's going to look like. Go lighter, and this is where we're going to take advantage of the lack of strength curve at the bottom, and I'll really explain that for exercise number 3, so hang tight here. But what you basically do is you have your 2 dumbbells, you're going to come up just a little bit in front of you in your lateral raise, come halfway down, come up, back down. So it's going to be a 1.5. So up, down, up, all the way back down. Again, the reason being, I'll talk a little bit more about it right now. Basically in this position in a lateral raise, there's no tension, right? Let's say we have 50-pound dumbbells. You can hold that position all day. It's not going to be too challenging. Where it gets challenging, harder, hardest, basically when the dumbbell's farthest away at the trade joint in that perpendicular position, that's what's going to be the hardest in that movement. So obviously a lot of raise is going to be end. If we can kind of stay more that mid to top range where it's hardest and not go all the way down, at least for that 1.5 kind of scheme there, then you can get some good benefits in terms of take advantage of that strength curve. I like the bench as well because it offers more stability. You can definitely do this with like a more support on the back, and that way you just really isolate the shoulders. If you do it standing, it's fine. It's just a little more core involvement. But if you do it sitting down, it takes with the core, and you get good isolation for the shoulders the whole time. So the second movement, 1.5 lateral raise, seated ideally. But if you're just standing, that's okay. The third one, and now you can do this with either a band or a cable. If you're at a gym, use a cable. It's probably a little more ideal. And it's going to be a single arm raise with the band or the cable. So it's in a cable setup here. I got a band obviously because I'm at my condo right now. All you're going to do is pull it across the body in that position, and you're going to come right back. So pulling across, come right back. And again, why is this, I don't want to say better, but maybe more optimal in terms of a traditional double lateral raise? More tension in the bottom. So basically in that bottom position, whether you're using a cable or a band, you're basically getting tension throughout that range of motion, especially with the cable. Obviously with the band, it's gonna be a little bit easier here and pretty hard up here. Cable's gonna be a little more even the strength curve throughout that range. And if you guys remember, if you have dumbbells, no tension here, harder here, hardest here. With a cable or band, you're just gonna get a little more of an even strength curve, which can be a great variation for you to take advantage of that in a lateral raise. So the 3 movements, once again, is the cheat lateral raise, the one you kind of help up and then control back down. You want to go a little heavier there. The second one is at 1.5 seated. This is where you actually need a little bit lighter. And again, we're kind of taking advantage of that mid to short range. Obviously, we're running down a little bit after the 1.5. And the third one, just a bend or a cable lateral raise, where you use a band, pull across the body, or same thing with the cable. And again, just more of an even strength curve where there's more tension at the bottom, which is pretty beneficial in terms of developing shoulders, opposed just kind of holding dumbbells where there's no tension at all. Hope this helps, guys. If so, let me know in the comments below. We'll talk soon, and thanks for watching.